Guys, it's Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below because this episode was just too much.
90 Day Fiance.
Yes, we're reviewing 90 Day Fiance, but if you guys want to know how you would like to contribute to the channel, please refer down to our description box down below. But I'm just going to get to the degeneracy. From the black men acting the plum mother effing fool and just being an embarrassment to the black race. It was just too much. From that to also Liz coming in and she's still there trying to work it out with Ed, and then Ed trying to be with her, and then also the whole, it was too much.
Yeah,
it was actually just too much. And the thing is, my whole energy was messed up after watching that.
Yeah.
You know, this girl is here trying to help Shaeeda with
Uterus.
her uterus. Uterus is trying to help Shaeeda
Yeah.
with her marriage or whatever, so that she can, hey, look, you know, you wanted to have children. This man has already said, he's told me, if you guys get pregnant by accident, hey, alhamdulillah.
Yes.
So as far as I'm concerned, that is warrants for me to tell my friend, hey, he said he's open to it.
Yes.
Stop taking your birth control pills.
Right.
That's okay. Do that. So did I see anything wrong with it? No. But of course you have Bilal with his colorless ass talking, trying to put down uterus, which I thought he did not like her from the beginning.
Yeah.
He came there. That was messed up. How is it messed up? You told this woman you want to have children. All right. You know, I just felt personally that it was all too much. And then of course you have this degenerate wide-eyed man coming in the show named Chris talking about how he just came for her. This is what all men deal with across the spectrum. You saw the white men just sat down there and looked at your degeneracy. If Jovi, who sits down there and gets on Ed
Yara.
and Andre about how you need to treat your women right and you don't talk to them, you think they're accepting this of you talking down to your own black women? Jovi, who was coming at Ed so hard, like, you don't speak to women like that. You think they're applauding you guys for doing that? Like, you look so dumb. Like, when black men go and they sit down there and disgrace and disrespect black women, you look like an idiot. You actually look like an imbecile. You look unmother effing civilized. Like, it just was disgusting. It was so disgusting.
Like, you know,
and
he was trying to monitor. He said,
what's wrong with him monitoring?
Her.
She's not a child. And then Bilal, I want to teach her about finances. This woman had a business before she met her dusty self. This woman had things going on for herself. She was in the newspaper. She was a yoga teacher. What? She doesn't need to learn nothing from you. She's not a 14-year-old girl.
And even, let's just say for shits and giggles, you're trying to teach her about something, whatever it is in your brain you think it is. What is the problem still, which he still did not address? And I feel like he pulled out the baby thing from a hat. It was kind of like, I'm going to have this little thing inside my little pocket, just in case it gets really bad for me out here. Then I can pull this out, like, this is such a sweet thing for me to do. That's what I thought his whole stuff was about.
I thought it was so fake.
But her thing
I don't want it
because
to be
this
a
is
bad
what
memory.
She said,
oh my God.
she said, she told Shawnee, I don't want to have a child now, because I see that he doesn't trust me. I don't know anything more. I don't know anything about his finances. We don't have a joint bank account. That's what she wants addressed before they have a baby. Because the longer that she's here, she's understanding. And I guess after talking to Yara, it was sad because she could not even bring it out. It was Yara who had to say it. At one point for her, she was like, yes, that's what she's trying to say. The man makes her
feel like a child, like she doesn't know
like
shit.
She can't even, it's like walking on these eggshells. And he did not address that. And I felt like he just brought out this baby thing. Where is the stuff about the joint bank account? And of course you have Chris, typical black man, who is sitting there saying like, you know, why? Like he seemed stunned. Like, how dare this wife want to have a joint bank account with him?
All the white couples do that.
All of the Caucasian couples have that.
And it's normal.
They see no problems with that. Do you see how the women looked like shocked that she didn't have a joint bank account with him?
The man's a dusty.
It was like,
you don't even know how much he makes.
And then you guys are out there on national TV talking this rubbish. It seems like Chris was trying to get his 2 minutes of fame probably not too long from now, he'll go get a podcast or something and be like, I was there talking for all men and all this rubbish. Like, you
even
guys
you, Trish, was like, I'm not here for all men in the world. I'm here for Shaeeda. You don't sound like
legacy building. You just sound
dumb. You sound dumb as shit. You sound dumb as hell. Yeah. Dumb as hell.
And especially I can't even say that enough. I don't know if Chris is Muslim. Doesn't seem to be. But you, Bilal, you know that she
Bilal doesn't even act Muslim.
You should know by now. Like, you know, as an imam, you know she should know how much you make. You know she should have a joint account with you. You know she should have her own money. Not money that I give her money and it goes.
You're probably giving her crumbs, so she has to spend it all. I know you're not giving her...
have a joint account to be able to just get her own card and go do what she has to do.
This is why you have to filter people.
It's ridiculous.
That marriage is not working.
Ridiculous.
That marriage is not going to work.
But it seems to me that
dick.
Shaeeda has decided
to just stay with this dust ball.
Yeah, he decided, look, I'm going to stay with him. Right now, we're going to do the baby thing. Okay? At least he's okay with the baby thing with me. And my thing, too, is this. Maybe he's trying to do the baby thing because he saw her trying to do the business thing. So he was like, okay, what do I want least? Like, you know, what do I want her to do least? I don't want her too much in my finances and getting independent. So maybe, yeah, let's do the baby thing now. So he's all on board for the baby thing. At least that gets her distracted from the money thing. Now that she was saying, you know, I'm thinking of, you know, building my business, building my brand, and focusing on that, and focusing on myself, and I'm becoming successful here in America, right? He's seeing that, and he's like, you know, maybe let's do the baby thing. So he just distracted her, and she allowed herself to be easily distracted. And I feel like she's going to be thinking a lot of what his mom told her, that do you have to win every argument, right? So now she's going to say, and I know how that mentality works because I was in that mentality. Now she's going to say, okay, at least he has done this for me. We're doing the baby thing now. She doesn't realize it's a distraction.
It's crumbs. That's what it really is.
She doesn't realize it's some crumbs. But we're going to do the baby thing. And maybe as time goes on and he sees me, then maybe now he will do the joint bank account. When she gets annoyed again, then he'll do the joint bank account.
My issue is with Shaeeda, which I'm trying not to fault her.
And that's okay,
but this is
if you want to do that. That's fine.
She's talking about how she doesn't want to have a baby because he doesn't trust her. Mm-hmm. Like he is some prize. Mm-hmm. Like he's the one who you have to earn his trust. Mm-hmm. Can you trust him? That's what matters. Can you trust him?
Obviously, she's feeling that
you cannot trust on this man to really depend on him financially. Yes. You can't depend on this man to really give you the things that you need and want and desire. You can't really trust this man to put you first in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You really can't trust this man to actually adhere to what the Quran says that men should be doing. Yeah. You can't trust him. Yeah. So you talking about how you need to bend over backwards and you have to wait for him to trust you. It's not because the thing is he has her so mind-effed that he has made it seem like, oh, you are the problem. You can't handle finances, but you forget in your mind that you had a business. You ran a successful business. Right. He makes you feel like you're some child, like you don't know shit. Because, she's a foreigner coming to America. My mom came when she was 18. She had to learn everything on her own. Yeah. People make it work. Yeah. So my thing is, it's just so annoying.
Yeah, it is very annoying.
I just don't understand. Annoying. Like I have to gain his trust. Yeah. That's why I can't have kids right now. I have to get his. He has to prove to you that he is trustworthy. Yeah. And all of that should have been done before you even walked down the aisle. Mm-hmm. All of that should have been done before he even decided to come here to Trinidad and have a quote-unquote Islamic marriage. Probably, you're connected and all this stuff. And now he wants to talk about how, I need to see if she's trustworthy before we get married.
I guess that's also what it is.
He's a degenerate.
She feels like, and I'm sure she feels like, okay, here we are.
Like she forgets who she was before she even got here.
What Shaeeda is determined to do. She's determined that, okay, I don't want to air all of our dirty laundry out there. And I think this is what they decided when they came.
I thought it was really fake at first because she was like, "Where are we with the baby thing?" Like I just it was giving me really fake vibes. Because she had even asked him, "What do you want me to do with the whole reunion thing?" He's like, "Well, you could not bash me. You could be on my side. Mm-hmm. You know, you could actually do this." So I would not be surprised if they decided, let's come figure out what we're going to say during the whole thing and then put on the show. Because it just seemed fake.
Because they were holding hands really tight. And I think she just decided, I'm not going to air too much of our, dirty laundry out there. I am going to stay in this marriage. I am in for the long haul.
I mean, you just said that. She's the type of person who will stay.
Yes.
But it's not because of Bilal.
So she's going to stay in for the long haul because this is who she is. My only concern with Shaeeda, which is fine, you can determine to do that, and inshallah, he gets himself together and realizes that, I don't have to have all these walls up with Shaeeda. She now has my child. Maybe the next thing we could have this joint bank account, or maybe he might decide not to. It is a gamble that you take.
Who wants to live like that?
The only thing that I worry about for Shaeeda in the long run is that he, through all of this stuff that he's doing, it surely doesn't help your self-esteem. It surely doesn't add to the self-confidence you had before you met him. It surely doesn't add to that. If anything, it kind of takes away from you each and every time that he doesn't trust you, each and every time that he has to hand you money and you have to explain to him what you're going to use this money for like a child, each and every time you have to kind of fight. It has to be some long drawn out argument. It has to be some long drawn out talk for anything that you need, that you require from him, or you want, or you desire. That's going to be difficult. And when you finally awaken, you think to yourself, this man kind of had me on this string. My hope, though, is that after you guys have the baby, which it seems as though that's where he's going now.
Because she immediately moved on the timeline.
That's where he prefers to go now. Because when he sees you, you say you're becoming a success in America. And you kind of want to focus on this now. So I better do this baby thing. Because the more she gets successful in her business, the more she brings clients in, the more people are going to be attracted to her, the more information she's going to get. Look at that quick information you got when you went to Mayara. You got that quick information. You were back there with Bilal asking him for something else. So he's thinking, let me get her busy with this baby thing. Because remember when you went to New York, he said, maybe if I can just take her away to New York, maybe then she'll forget about the baby thing. Even when he got those women to come and look at the, the studios and stuff. Mm-hmm. He's like, let's do that, because maybe then, she will forget about the baby thing. And the more you show that you are willing to be distracted, this will be something that he continues to do. And and he's going to do it for the
rest of your life.
Time. Yeah.
For the rest of your life, you're going to be distracted.
And so this is going to be this kind of thing. Now, sometimes for a man, sometimes it's endearing, especially a man who's immature. It's endearing to him to have his wife kind of be like a child and ask him for every little thing. And,
that's so...
it works for the two of you, him being immature. Maybe this is endearing to him that, you have to kind of do that. And you seem willing to, You seem willing to stay along for the ride. So wish you guys the best. Inshallah, he brings, he listens to you, listens to your wants, and gives you the things that you require for you to feel good about the marriage and about yourself. Inshallah. That's all I can say. Because she's determined to stay, and he is determined for now not to lose her. So, wish you the best.
I just think it's really unfortunate when a Muslima is kind of in a marriage that's... I feel like we've witnessed it in our own family circles as well. I just find it unfortunate when you see the red flags in a Muslim man.
Yeah.
That this is not your person.
Yeah.
And you go there anyway. And it's sad because then that this person's going to be with this person for years and try to make it work. And then by the time you get out of it, you're looking up and you're just like, why did I waste all that time? Mm-hmm. It just is really sad.
Yeah,
I mean, inshallah it works out, but I don't see it working. I just don't,
She's going to ensure it works because she's already doing, he got on his knees. The other thing,
she's immediately moved up her timeline.
I think it does. Shaeeda is very moved
by romance.
By the romance she has seen on the Hollywood screen.
That's why you can't be watching TV.
And so he knows this. And so he does these things. Okay, I'm going to give her a good memory in New York. Get down on one knee in front of the world. Do his little stuff. It was a little cringy. And then they hug. We said, oh, this is so sweet. This is so
all
fine.
I wanted. I feel like that was
in the back room. They're going to kind of be like, he just really distracted her. It was a little BS. But I mean, over there, what are they gonna say? She's crying. She's holding him. I mean, what are you gonna say? You want to say, hey, he's distracted? You're gonna be like, oh, beautiful moment. She's crying. She's hugging him. They sit down, and then she hugs him and says, yes, this is all I ever really wanted. Everything else is forgotten. She hugs him. And I'm sure they're going to rewatch that. She's going to rewatch it back and be like, oh, that was a really beautiful moment. And it's going to put in her mind, this is how I have to be moving forward. Not airing my dirty linen. And he will make these grand, gestures, and somehow we will come back together.
It's sad when you have to change who you are and acquiesce and break your back for some man who is really gaslighting you, mind effing you, and is also just not worthy to even sniff your toenails.
At the end of the day,
because now you're contorting yourself and all this stuff for somebody who's giving you crumbs.
Well, it
breaks my heart.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart.
You know something?
He's gonna break her. It's not. I guess she can bend. She's very bendy. I'm sure that's why he even went with her. Mm-hmm. But also, like at some point he's going to break her down. And even Utrus called it. I am right there with Utrus, just looking like. Yeah. But that's all I can say. She has married this man. They have married each other underneath the sights of Allah. But just because a man is a mom does not mean that he is ordained for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think this man is for Shaeeda. I feel like she could do better. But this man is a manipulator. Yeah, and absolutely. I see all the signs. And I am just heartbroken and frustrated at the whole thing that my Muslim sister is here in this foolishness.
It's kind of like, with sister wives, right? I was like, sometimes I got so frustrated and I had to say, I cannot be more upset than that Mary than Mary's upset for herself.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel with Shaeeda.
I know.
I can't be heartbroken for Shaeeda if she's not heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she will later on. She just can't see it now.
Yeah, I mean, she has determined. It's amazing what your mind can do. It's amazing what your mind can do. And how it can kind of try to put some kind of cover over you so that you don't see things that are going to make you sad. It's amazing how you can tell these stories to yourself to create the fairy tale that you need to create in your life. I was there. I was determined that this was going to be my fairy tale, that I had waited all these years. And God damn it, now I have been rewarded. Yeah. But by that time, I was a little more clear-headed, clear-eyed. So I really could pinpoint the red flags as they were coming up. So it didn't last. It did not last. But she's not there yet. And I don't know if she will ever be there. So this is her first go-around. For me, it was my second go-around. But it was to the same man. But this is her first go-around. And she's later in her life, 37. So, you know, it's all good. Wish you the best. I hope you get what you need. And I really do. I really, really, really do. That he comes through and all of his weird stuff that he's doing changes. I doubt it because he's already in his 40s.
I said this the other day. People really generally do not change, especially when they're like late 40s.
No.
Or even in the beginning of their 40s, they really don't change.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
and
they
the
just
thing
don't
is,
change.
It was two things that she wanted. She wanted business, and she wanted baby.
That was it.
That was it that she wanted.
And he's giving her so much strife. Like,
he gave her so much strife for the baby, and then he will try to distract her. Okay, go look at studio.
Well, now
then he changed it and said, well, no, I wasn't going to give her anything for the business. I was just going to do marketing and some web stuff for her, right? Then it was, so after that, so the whole trip was shit because she didn't get anything, the same two things. Now, just before the tell-all, he decides, hey, we're going to do it now. We're going to be on this thing, baby, because by this time, she's like, okay, he doesn't want a baby. Let me focus on myself and my business and what I need to get done here in, America. Yeah. So she's on this path. She's rolling with it. She's like, wow, I'm becoming successful. She talks to Yara. She finds out about this, what? Joint account? What? I don't even have that. What? I should know.
I personally believe as a married couple, you should have a joint account.
Of course.
And a woman should have a separate account. And I don't mind my husband having his own separate account as well.
Right.
I'm not against it because I'm going to have my own separate account. But there should be a joint account where that is literally for funds for things that we need as a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I have my own business or whatever and I need my own personal stuff, or if he's helping me, we can do a joint account, or I can have my own separate account. But I do think there should be some type of joint account.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he has only his account and she has nothing.
And then she doesn't know
and she
how
has
much
no
he
job.
makes. She doesn't know anything about the finances.
That is unacceptable.
That's a huge part of the relationship that you all did not discuss. He knows it. Everyone knows it. But then he comes with this whole thing. And then he says, yeah, we're going to be trying, but you've only tried twice. So it doesn't seem genuine to me. Because you guys have only tried twice.
But you're here making all these little sexy jokes about
Andre was like, you have to do more than that. Only twice. So that's why, to me, it seems as though this is a new thing that he has come up with quickly before the tell-all.
Mom, of course.
That's why it's only been twice.
She was bawling her eyes out as if they had never had a conversation about having kids.
Yeah.
That's how she was bawling her eyes out. Yeah. This is all I ever wanted.
All of a sudden, the whole business is done. The whole finances, the whole accounts,
whatever. Out the window.
It's out the window. And he's like, yes, you so smart. He's like giving himself a pat on the back. So now, she said this is all she wanted. They went to a herb doctor, whatever. He's not doing edging. The whole talk went to his sex stuff.
About how he has plenty and all that stuff about black men's weenie. I mean, that's what it was alluding to.
I mean, that's really
it was all very cringy. And then him very smiling with a sick smile. All of it was just too much. I just couldn't.
So, I mean, that's all that was. This will be part 1. We're going to have to do 2 parts of it. So this is not too long a video. But we just really wanted to start with them. And yeah, but this is what Shaeeda has decided to do. This is what she really wants to do. She wants the fairy tale. She wants the romance. She's going to, God damn it, write her own romance story. And you go for it, girl. And I really do wish you the best. And I really wish you do get the happily ever after that you have set in your mind. And I am sure you are going to make it happen.
Not Bilal.
Certainly not going to come from him. It's going to have to come from you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to determine that no matter what, I am going to be in a space of happiness and turn a blind eye to those things that he doesn't do for me that I really want. And I will put in prayer that he comes around at his time.
It's Mary.
And Amma.
You might just like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment down below. Let us know what you think. Was he genuine or was he not? Are we just being hard on Shaeeda and Bilal? Or is she trying to, put on some rose-colored glasses?
She has to
and
go
what
through
did
her
you
own
think
journey
of the whole Chris's drama and all that? And what do you think about that? Like, here was another black man, really saying thumbs up to not a joint account. I just thought it was very degenerate. I thought you all showed your behinds out in public.
You're just
once
embarrassed.
Again,
yeah.
You know what black men need to be doing? They need to ensure that when they're speaking, let them not just speak amongst themselves. Because then they begin to think that this is the norm, and it's not.
I'm speaking for all black men. I'm speaking for all men around the spectrum. The white man said nothing.
Really
they literally looked at y'all like idiots.
They looked at them like okay. Only
black
Ed with his foolishness, right?
Black man problem.
Yeah,
actually.
Only Ed with his foolishness was like, oh, he sounds smart, but I mean, he has called Shaeeda a gold digger. But he has decided he's going to be standing there for Bilal no matter what. But he needed someone to be on his side, and none of the other men were on his side.
Yeah, but so he knew the degenerate black man will always be there for anybody who's there.
He found a kindred spirit in Bilal. That goes to show you something. When Ed finds you as a kindred spirit, is telling you he loves you. That's for you to really
be looking at yourself.
Do a self-assessment.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was just a mess. And then the thing is, you were just basically abusing Liz. Like, I don't know why Bilal would even be smiling at I can't with Humpty Dumpty. All right, thanks.